day for him from long range so far.
Inside, it's for pair up at the 1 and 2. And it's Pierce in at the 3 on the floor for the Clippers.
Big time finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Yeah, but guys, nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating every now and then.
And it's Paul penetrating.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Clippers trail by 19. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Crawford, no luck. It's LeBron with the drive. Shot is off. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Jordan kicks to Paul. Here's Crawford. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. And that's 13 points for Jamal Crawford. Cleveland leading by 17. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. The wide open look for Love. Hits the three-point bomb. Love's got his third basket of the night.
And Coach Doc Rivers wears multiple hats for this organization. Not only is he the head coach, but also in charge of all basketball operations, really the leader in a lot of ways for this team. He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Griffin dishes to Crawford. Back to Griffin. And James pulls it down. James has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Thinking about Doc Rivers being a leader, he was like that on the floor, Clark, as well. You know that. You went against him.
A leader and a winner, no doubt about it. And there have been a lot of coaches that came from his old Celtics team. And of all of them, perhaps the least surprising is Doc Rivers for the reasons we just mentioned. Leader and coach on the floor.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Blake Griffin. Coach detailed the ways to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
All right, Doris. There's the bucket. Good. Griffin's got 10.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Knocked away and stolen by Jordan. Up the floor. And Paul with the basket on the assist by Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists tonight.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Here's Love. And again, it's Cleveland.
Assists like that have typified. Their effort today, terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And here we go. Fast break. James has got it.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And for all of the improvements he's made to his game, one wonders why Blake Griffin isn't a better shot blocker. I mean, he clearly has the motor and the athleticism, but for some reason over his first 5 seasons, he's averaged only a half a block per game.
Dellavedova kicks to Thompson. Uses both hands to slam it down.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them. thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
Paul passes to Redick. Back to Paul. Shoots off the screen, and he gets it to go. Paul's got 4 points now in the quarter.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the particular play.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Floats one. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Smith dishes to Thompson. Jordan against LeBron. The screen from Thompson. Love, a good look. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got assist number 5 here tonight. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Cleveland.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long. Chris Paul, guys, for the last decade, the best point guard in the NBA. Now, there's some new competition for that distinction, though, with Steph Curry breaking through to NBA stardom. And it's always exciting to watch these two go head-to-head.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Cole Aldrich. He's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Pierce. And it's Rivers in for Chris Paul. Green kicks to Rivers. And it's the Clippers scoring again. How would you compare Chris Paul and Steph Curry?
Well, Steph Curry is just an off-the-chart shooter. I think the best in the history of the game in overall shot making and creativity as far as shooting goes. Paul is more of an orchestrator, a maestro supreme.
James kicks to Jefferson. Shot clock at 5. And it's Dellavedova missing. Clippers trail by 18. Feeds to Aldrich. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. For Los Angeles, they had put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. Free throw good, Aldrich. Mozgov, he's checked in for Cleveland. He doesn't get the second one.
And in today's NBA, it's all about spacing on offense. It used to be more about finding matchups to exploit. Now it is all about opening up great looks by spreading the floor. And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Clippers have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Rivers passes to Griffin. And he goes in for the dunk.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
And with great spacing in the NBA, you need great shooting. More than ever, shooting and spacing, Clark, are at a premium in the NBA for teams.
Yeah, well, it starts with point guards being able to break down defenses and get into the lane to create open shots. You want to be able to create space for the point guards to drive, so you need shooters on the wings.
How about the feel and the awareness he had there, finding his teammate behind the defense on the break?
Redick inside the line. It's hauled in by Fry.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Dellavedova dishes to Fry. Cleveland moving the ball around. Picked by Mozgov. The drive by James. An easy layup after coming off the pick. LeBron's got 8 points in the quarter.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
Threw it down with authority.
Oh, he can really fly. And you combine that, Clark, with some of the nice penetration, too, and you've got an easy 2 points.
And able to just play well above the rim. I mean, that makes this guy so dangerous when he's in the game.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Here's Rivers from 8 feet away. He drops it in. Rivers has got 8 points.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Mozgov kicks to Jefferson. Goes up off the pick. The Clippers grab the miss. Griffin's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Rivers with the basket on the assist by Griffin. 10 points for Austin Rivers.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Blocking foul called on Austin Rivers. Both teams will make substitutions.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's James. He's got 24. Mozgov kicks to Fry. He dishes it to Dellavedova. Hands it from downtown. Dellavedova's got 6. Now here's Crawford to the wing right side. Rivers. And the shot falls short this time. He gets it up. No good. Well, through 3 quarters of play. Down double digits, it may be difficult. Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. And so it's Cleveland with it. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the 4th quarter. We've got Irving. LeBron James is out there with Kevin Love. Then there's J.R. Smith. And it's Thompson in at the center, locking down the middle. Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
And arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Agreed. Cleveland leading by 17. Love kicks to James. Outside Irving. The pass to Thompson. Kicks it out to Love. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And Los Angeles guys shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. And Paul gets it to go in.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Ball against Irving. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Green off the inbound pass. Love grabs the board. Irving with it. He's picked up by Paul. LeBron James on the wing. Here's Thompson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
What a stellar outing in this one for Thompson. He's got 13 points and a block. What touch he's got out there. He's hardly missed anything.
And really the only thing you can do is try to keep the ball out of his hands.
Griffin's checked in for Jeff Green. And so Thompson nails both of them.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Crawford drives in. Wide open look. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
No good from Irving. Clippers trail by 19. Paul kicks to Jordan. Griffin inside, working on Love. That shot by Griffin, no good. For Cleveland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Smith's shot is good.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Paul with the ball, guarded now by Irving. And that one's good. And 12 points for Chris Paul.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Here's Love. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got his 8th assist in the game.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Stolen by Thompson. James outside. Back to Irving.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future. I mean, he was great. In his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feeling.
Well, there are markets in the U.S. that want an NBA team. Seattle, which has been a great NBA friend, has been trying to get a team back since the Sonics left for Oklahoma City.
Clearly, Seattle's the lead name domestically. The NBA has also talked about adding a European division. A lot of different options for expansion. Don't think any will be acted on anytime soon.
And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. Here's Paul. The shot is off. Some solid defense there from Irving.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Here's for three, and he gets the bucket.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done. And you see the way Blake Griffin plays, he is a force. Very hard to contain him when he gets in close just due to his strength and activity.
Spirit Dance Team!
Cleveland leading by 18. Here's Irving. And another miss by Cleveland. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. For Griffin and his ability to create contact close, he's been called a bull in a china shop, something that I think Clarkie embraces.
Yeah, I think he'd rather be the bull than the china in that situation because of his strength and physicality. And I think that's the right mentality to have as a power forward.
Here's Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Thompson's got for this quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Griffin 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Pierce. It's rebounded by Cleveland. 22 is their biggest lead. James with it. He's picked up by Jordan. James kicks to Love. And the 3 off target. Clippers trail by 18. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. That shot by Griffin, no good.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Excellent night from Griffin. He has 9 rebounds and a steal. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
And yeah, Clark, what an example he's been setting out there.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
And the Clippers making a change here. Redick is checked in.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
LeBron against Pierce. James outside. He kicks it to Thompson. From 11 feet away. Good, and the assist goes to James. Thompson's got 10 points here in the second half. Clippers trail by 19. Paul passes to Jordan, and he gets it to go.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
LeBron dishes to Love. In the corner, Smith with it. LeBron outside. Clock at 6. Pass to Thompson, and Love has it in the corner. Cans the shot with nobody near him. And Cleveland leads by 19.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent.
Perform.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they've got to figure out how to contain him.
Off the inbound. Redick with the bucket.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
James. And again, it's Cleveland.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that. It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall. And the thing about LeBron James, he's really done a nice job of reshaping his game over the years. I mean, every veteran goes through losing a little speed and quickness. The great ones compensate by getting stronger and more physically imposing, not to mention also their basketball IQ grows as well, just as has been the case for LeBron.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Cole Aldrich. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Pierce. And it's Austin Rivers in for Paul.
Well, that's airtight defense. Not much room to get that shot off.
Talking about the strength of LeBron now, we saw Michael Jordan do this too. It didn't. They paid a lot of attention to the body as they got older, and thus they became more sculpted. They looked more physical.
Exactly. Leaned up and altered their games a bit. Not nearly as high-flying, but just as potent and as effective.
They get the rebound, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Cleveland.
You know, Clark, when you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
So you said it all there, Kevin. They were lethal from behind the arc.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just the 2 gamers since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And what a huge standout performance it was for LeBron James. there wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Clark, and they can just let the clock run out here.
No argument with that W.
Dellavedova kicks to Jefferson. On the wing, Williams. Jacks up a three, and there's Richard Jefferson on the assist by Williams.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy.
LeBron, for so many years, the Doc Rivers coach team has stood between you and what you have always tried to achieve. Now, of course, Doc with a new team, and you shared a moment with him after the game. Do you mind sharing what he said?
The way he keeps his guys prepared and mentally in tune throughout the whole game, throughout the whole season, that's a great quality in the coach, and I wanted to share that with him. So wish him the best.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James. Double figures in both points and assists for the double-double that led the way tonight. He was their motor offensively and really got the team fired up. What'd you think, Kenny?
He was up to every single challenge he faced tonight. He was in such control of the ball game. His showcase of his skill set was awesome.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for...
Let's take them back.
Yeah. As the preacher takes the pulpit, fix your coat, prepare for 40 below spit. 7 days of heaven's ways and hang-ups. Chris and Ryan again, and we wishing anybody who isn't wishing us well bankrupt. A L and whatever else ain't up. As far as me, I'm still caught up in all the... Still calling my expendables, cause it's hard to believe I can fit all of them boys in one... And the streets start trembling. It's way too many it seems. Too many witnesses. Up and down with their visions of what a street is. I call it the seesaw syndrome. Syndrome, maybe you make a mistake, you lose. And this is for the real hip-hop. So would never, ever, ever ask me, am I here to replace a guru?
Word? That's how you feel up on this track? Little try on that.
What you trying to rap now?
Yeah, yo, Royce.
What up, man?
We just lamping in the studio, doing our thing.
Okay.
Bugging out,
Right.
Little test run. So,
I need you to speak with your hands. On the count of three. Everybody now, 1, 2, 3, go!
talk to him. Who stepped up in this rap game and seen acting fool?
Me and Preem, both names go together. Lot of frontin' like they ill.
Word. I think it's time to move on to the next one.
DJ Khaled, Convict Music, we the best. We taking over. Listen.
Spread out with it. South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, on to North Carolina, Philadelphia, Virginia. From down in Miami, where it's warm in the winter. On up to Minnesota, where it's storm in the winter. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Memphis, 10, holla at me. B&H-Town, Southside, Cloverland, Daddy, I'm the man out in Dallas. Better ass Cali. Catman, Cali with my eyes open valley. Blowing and spinning, going down Vinny. Drop 6, 4, 3, wheel and switch it. Red light stop, make it drop for the with it. Anything you hear that I said, I meant it. Can't got the crown, then spit out with it. Say you need I said, I get it.
If you want to, we can supply you. Got enough work to feed the whole town. They won't shoot unless you try to. Come around and try to stop on
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Phoenix Suns. For Phoenix, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. And LeBron James last season got some MVP votes, and while he didn't come away with the award, I think, Kenny, that most would consider him the best player in the league, if not the world.
Well, he's the most difficult player to guard or have a game plan for. Nobody can really take over a game like he does, and the problem that you have with LeBron is who guards him, what position you put on him.
You know, any team that LeBron is on is considered a title contender.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Cleveland Cavaliers come in for this one. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA and all its great action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. I'll play this one here in Phoenix before the Suns head back out on the road. Still early in the season, but the front office and coaching staff likes what they are seeing from this team so far. Better winning percentage than last year.
And seeing where the Suns are, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Hey, they're amongst a big group fighting for the bottom few playoff seeds, and that's going to continue all the way through the end of the season. I think they'll get in, but it won't be easy.
A look at Cleveland's starting group. Kevin Love out there with LeBron James. Then it's Thompson, and it's Smith, and it's Irving at the 1.
And for Kevin Love, such a big part of that Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. I mean, they drafted him 5th overall back in 08, and really he had been their catalyst his entire career. Even last year when he decided he finally wanted out, he helped the Wolves land Andrew Wiggins in the trade that shook the league.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Well, Kevin Love, and we've kind of gone over some things in Minnesota with Greg, but Clark, Kevin Love probably wasn't long for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, it was time for fresh scenery, and that's why the Cavs offered up the house, including Wiggins, who eventually became Rookie of the Year, for the chance to get Love.
The drive by...
Whoa! Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Now here's Bledsoe. Boy, he was something else against Utah. 4 on the shot clock. That one goes. Count. Bledsoe's got his second bucket of the night.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Irving. 23 points for him the last game against the Clippers. Smith for 3. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
And Bledsoe, here we go. That is good. Bledsoe's got 6.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Smith, no good.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Well, I like the way they're sharing the ball, and Bledsoe right in the middle is spreading it around.
Irving kicks to Love. James outside. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Love. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Love's got 5 points so far.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists. And typically, he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Nice shot by Smith.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top. You're not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Love outside. Here's the three. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Guys, just watching Kevin Love, he brings so much to the table. But if you had to pick one thing, Clark, it might be the rebound.
I agree with you. I mean, he's not super athletic, doesn't blow you out of the water with his athleticism, but a few seasons back, this guy averaged 15 rebounds a game.
And Bledsoe now top of the key. Here's Booker. Hits the three-point bomb.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
And guys, you look at what makes Love such a prolific rebounder. Great anticipation. I mean, he has the broad shoulders to create space in the paint, the strong anchor to hold his position. It's no wonder he's been a dominating force on the glass at every level since high school.
And here's Bledsoe following the three-pointer by Kevin Love. Chandler is screen, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Well, he's got to watch himself now. I mean, that's 2 fouls already, and he can't afford another one.
Phoenix making some changes. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Chandler. And it's Brandon Knight in for Eric Bledsoe. Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Smith. Now here's James. Boy, was he something else against the Clippers. That's good. Irving's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
You know, regarding Kevin Love, he had a number of difficult transitions to make last season. Most of all, perhaps on the offensive glass. He averaged less than 2 a game after averaging 3 or more a game every other season.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Everything so far.
Clark, shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
That's no good, but just his first miss in 5 shots. They set the pick. The dish to Booker. Teletovic in the corner. Off target from 3-point range. Cleveland leading by 14. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with the head coach for the Suns. There are a lot of big names to deal with in this one, but perhaps none bigger than LeBron James. He told me planning for LeBron is a headache because he can do so much on the floor, saying there isn't a hole in his game. The only real way to slow him down is to get him working against himself. Physically, there is no answer for LeBron.
Thanks again, Doris.
Whoa! You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start. You know, Channing Frye signed a 4-year, $32 million contract in 2014. And in the very first leg of that contract, promptly had his worst season in 5 years. In fact, he even lost his starting job along the way.
And the Suns call time here. We're talking about Channing Frye last year. The three-point shot still there for the second straight season, Greg. He hit the second most threes among power forwards again, landing and back at Kevin Love.
Yeah, and offensively fine, but that defense, Kevin, was not there. And Fry was neither quick enough or aggressive enough to stop anyone. And you know he has the talent. It's up to him. He's got to dig a little deeper if he really wants to realize his potential.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. P.J. Tucker comes in for Warren, and it's Archie Goodwin in for Booker. Irving kicks to Jefferson. Back to Irving, feeds to Mozgov. Cleveland moving the ball around. Picked by Mozgov, pass to Dellavedova, 6 to shoot. He dishes it to Fry. And it's off from three-point range. Suns trail by 16. Here's Teletovic. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Teletovic has got his first points of the night.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Irving for 3. It's hauled in by the Suns. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from 3.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
Phoenix shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And they've been mediocre all season long, just about 72% from the line.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
He hits both from the stripe. Phoenix had a season of heartbreak last year. So many losses for them on last-second shots. Late-game losses, Greg, buzzer beaters.
Yeah, it's sad if you're a Phoenix fan. How many times this team lost at the buzzer? Just close games in general. Of their 42 losses, how about 18 were by 5 points or less?
Suns trail by 14. Knight into the lane. And again, it's the Suns missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Irving kicks to Mozgov. Out to the wing. Passes it to Jefferson. Irving from long range. Can't get it to go. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Cleveland ahead. They lead by 14. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself. Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media he and LeBron deal with, but also, and Clark, perhaps the most demanding of all, are the expectations they've got for each other.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, 2 guys who expect so much of themselves to start with, who naturally have a vision of how great the other guy should be. I mean, they're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from each other. And that's a lot of fun to watch.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Cleveland.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Bledsoe and Knight of the backcourt. Chandler out there with Mirza Teletovic. And it's Tucker in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for Phoenix. And Thompson sends it back.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
And Bledsoe, here we go. And he gets it to go. Bledsoe's got 8.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
And Thompson kicks to LeBron. Smith on the wing, beyond the arc. Good, and the assist goes to James. And that's now 10 points for J.R. Smith.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Bledsoe against Smith. Here's Tucker. It's hauled in by Fry. Cleveland leading by 21. The drive by James. And the layup is good. LeBron's got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop. A lot easier to make shots.
Warren's checked in for Phoenix. Booker comes in for Knight. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Kevin Love's checked in for Channing Frye. And Bledsoe, here we go. And that one's good. Bledsoe's got 10 points.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Smith for 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
And that was an ugly loss for them last time playing these guys. And really, the rebounding differential was the key.
They got worked over on the boards. That's about as plain as I can put it. You can't leave your teammates on an island down there. You need everybody going to the glass.
John Jenkins checked in for P.J. Tucker. So it's Phoenix now. Watching P.J. Tucker, he does all the little things for you, plus some big ones as well ever since he came into the league. Clark, he's been a tremendous glue guy.
Yeah, he's a Velcro guy. You don't want him handling the ball a bunch or launching a lot of threes, but he's physically imposing, and he gives you what he's got. You know the effort is always going to be there with him.
Here's Smith after Eric Bledsoe's score. And it's Smith penetrating, and Chandler sends it back. But they get it back. And Thompson kicks to LeBron. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. James has got 9 points in the quarter.
And talking about P.J. Tucker, he's really played the same role the past 3 seasons. Excellent inside-out defender, tremendous rebounder for his size, and he really plays within his limitations, taking only shots he can make and also not turning the ball over.
Now here's Booker after LeBron James's miss.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far. I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials. You know, it's funny. We talk about glue guys like Tucker being instrumental to winning the championship, but it's really about trying to find the best guys at what they do. And a case can be made that Tucker is one of the best in the NBA at what he does.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 12. A nice shot by Booker.
He's not going to miss many of those, if any. Not when he's got that much room.
And guys, in a draft with so many talented big men and lead guards, Booker was a bit of a hot commodity. One of the purest sharpshooters in the draft, has a lightning-quick release on his jump shot.
Cleveland leading by 21. James kicks to Love. Dellavedova, the pass to Love. James outside. Back to Thompson. Lets it go from 14. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Bledsoe dishes to Chandler, and it's Bledsoe off the drive. Shoots from the line. Jenkins can't get it to go. And with Booker, you know, who is a Kentucky guy, he's a sharpshooter, Greg. You were talking about that. His dad actually played at the University of Missouri. He was a pretty good shooter. Clark, this Booker has a pretty good frame to work with, and I think that's going to serve him well. That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills. unnecessary.
You know what? That man can climb a ladder. And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Cleveland leading by 20. Kicks it to Love. The feed to Dellavedova. Back to Love. Smith the pass to LeBron. It's hauled in by Warren.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
They set the pick. Bledsoe outside. Chandler goes in. It's stolen by Smith. No good from LeBron. Suns trail by 20. Booker dishes to Chandler. Knocks it loose and stolen by Love. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. Oh!
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And so here's Cleveland. Cleveland leading by 22. Smith kicks to Thompson. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Shot's good by Bledsoe.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
1:58 left in the first half of basketball. Smith kicks to James. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Quick hands and the ability to anticipate the opening to create a turnover, so valuable, especially for a guard, as we see two tremendous talents with their ability to steal that ball away.
You know, and John Stockton, the only player to have cracked the 3,000 barrier in terms of career steals. You ask the fans about Stockton, and it's his passing they'll remember. But if you ask the players he's played up against, they'll tell you it's his defense that was just as sharp.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Here's Knight. It's rebounded by Cleveland. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And really an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it came in an opponent's building. And there's no question it was their offense that carried them.
I love the way they went and got this game, Greg. I mean, they attacked at every opportunity, never relaxed or sat back. And as a result, they eventually pulled away.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Ronnie Price. They set the pick. Here's Goodwin. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
I thought they did a better job of getting it inside in the first. I mean, they were conscious of throwing that ball in the paint and attacking the rim.
The Suns have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. James, the pass to Fry. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got 9 assists now tonight.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Offensive rebound.
Just a really solid display there of rebounding. They've done it really all game.
Dominating on the glass, Greg. I mean, a huge advantage for them in that particular category.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Fry, good.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Here's Teletovic. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Suns ball as Phoenix keeps possession. 5 seconds left to play in the first half. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Teletovic has got his second basket of the night. Timeout called, Cleveland. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Cleveland ahead, delivering the blowout. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. It seems, LeBron, like so far the team is on a mission. What sort of message did you want to send here early?
It's really a message to ourselves, knowing that we got to get back to playing the way we know how to play, defending at a high level, executing offensively. No message sent to anyone else but ourselves.
Thank you, LeBron. Kevin, this team has a message all its own.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. We've been watching a pretty lopsided game through the first.